Hello YouTube family, welcome back to our YouTube channel and thank you so much for watching this video today. So guys, today's video I'm going to be talking to you about a school in France which is open and accepting applications from international students. Please, if you watch this video now, make sure you apply to this school before the 30th of May, because after the 30th of May you may not be opportune again to apply to this school. If you are new to the channel, please welcome. Thank you so much for joining our platform. Remember, you are watching the chairman of the broke community, but we will never remain broke forever. Thank you. So I am going to be talking about this school, and this university in question we are going to be discussing about is located in Paris, and we will be talking about some programs available. We will talk about requirements that you need to apply to this school. We will talk about some few details that you need to know. Then we will talk about visa application. But before we start talking about this school, I would like to make you understand that if you want to apply to this school, please do it as fast as possible. Applications is open and there are two application platforms you can use, but the one you are going to be using is the one you are going to see IP Paris platform. I am going to put a link in the video description box that will help you to do this application with ease. Remember, if you must succeed in this, please listen to me till the end. Then you go to the video description box, click those links and you start the application. Equally remember that if you watch my videos and you are about to apply for a visa, you are about to move abroad, you don't know how much you need, you don't know where you want to go, depending on your budget, please book a call with me from the video description box. Then I will call you, we will talk about the other details. Thank you. Requirements to apply to this university. But before we talk about the university, let me not keep you in suspense. The name of the school is called Institut Polytechnique de Paris. This is a private school in France, and if you must apply, you should make sure that your diplomas are close by you. Also remember that you need your transcripts of records. Also remember that you need 2 reference letters. This is a very important section of this application, because if you were thinking that you may apply without recommendations or reference letters, recommendation letters or references, then it is wrong. You need them. You also need a copy of your curriculum vitae. Please, if you have a possibility to use the Europass format, then make sure you use it as well. Then you also need a cover letter. When they say cover letter, I understand many of us may not understand this, but a cover letter is the same thing as a motivation letter or a statement of purpose when it comes to this university. Why are you applying to this university? What would the program do to you when you complete your studies? Why did you choose this university? Why did you choose France? And what are some of the benefits of this program to your entire career? Make sure you write maximum 1 page or 2 page, but again, contact the school website to verify if this is important. Now let's talk about the application proper. If you must apply to this school, like I told you before, understand that they have programs like cyber security for masters 1 M1. They have programs like MATAP, applied mathematics. MATAP is applied mathematics for masters 1 M1. Then they have masters in economics M1, which is masters 1. There is also cyber security for masters 2. There is also masters in economics, which is masters 2. Now remember, if you want to enroll for masters 1, it means that you have already done a bachelor's degree. But I will encourage those of you with 3rd class degrees or those with HND, if you watch this video, try to see if you find a program here that makes some sense to you, or that belongs to the field of studies, or you have done something in the past before that relates to this. Those of you with finance background, you can apply to economics. Those of you with nano economics can go in. I think those of you with artificial intelligence knowledge can go for cyber security. Okay, just make sure what you are applying for is actually related to these programs. Then launch an application. HND students, I may not guarantee you an admissions, but you may be lucky. Okay, so shoot your shots immediately. And if you want to apply to schools in France going through Campus France, understand that Campus France needs a registration fee, and you are going to be charged like 50k CFA France if you are a Cameroonian, or maybe 50,000 naira if you are a Nigerian. Also understand that if you must study in France, please, accommodation is very important. Try to avoid hotel accommodation. Hotel booking is not proper to apply for a study visa to France. Also remember that in case you are applying to a visa to France, some schools may equally offer you accommodation. But if you are not able to find accommodation, please search hard. You would get one, and avoid anything hotel booking. Then we are going to talk about, since we have talked about the requirements, we've talked about the programs, let's touch requirements for visa application. Now, like I told you before, Institut Polytechnique de France is open up till the 30th of May, and you can apply. In fact, do not waste time to do this application. Remember, when you apply, this is the last phase of the application. The first two phases are already closed, and if you apply now, they will not waste a lot of time to look at your application. You may just get acceptance as fast as you apply. If you get acceptance, remember you are going to be using an external application website called IP Paris platform. You are not applying directly from Campus France, which means that you have to carry your offer letter back to Campus France. Then you input the details. Then Campus France is going to give you an attestation. You download it, and of course you take it alongside your visa application. Now, when it comes to visa application and the documents, you need to submit medical insurance. These are the documents you will submit, and you have to go through Campus France for an interview. Campus France needs to check your documents before you can proceed to visa application. And this insurance, you can get it from any insurance company. I think those in Nigeria, you can check Alliance Insurance. You can equally check ICO if you know them. ICO is an American insurance company, and you can pay everything online. There is also Swisscare. Choose which one is best for you. And also check if your university have some particular insurance companies you can align with. Then also you need flight booking, and the flight booking must contain your to and fro flight, that is aller and retour. Now remember, the retour is a return flight, and somehow you may not be able to pay for it. You do not need to pay for it. So if you are looking for airlines where you cannot pay for the return flight, try to contact Turkish Airlines. Now you also need signed visa application forms, and to get the signed visa application forms, you are going to get it from the French embassy's website. Then also you need 2 passport size photographs. This is very important. And international students, I want to draw your attention to something. Whenever you are applying for a French visa, pay attention to the size of the passport size photograph. It is so important. Even if you are having doubts, go to a photo shop or a studio, tell the cameraman or the studio or whosoever is in charge to take the size that you need, so they can cut it very well. All right, then you also need an international passport, and your passport must be valid for 15 months before expiring date, and 1 year and 3 months. So put this into consideration. You equally need past visas. If you have traveled before like me, you also need past visas. You need to scan them in color pages, then you attach those visas to your application. They want to see the visas that you've got before in the past. It's very important. And trust me, if you have traveled before and you are applying for French visas, that's a guarantee, somehow 60% guarantee to your application, because they will see that you've traveled, you have a travel experience, and somehow it will help you to get your visa. Also remember that you need your academic documents, the documents you use to apply for this visa. Did you use your WAEC? Did you use your O levels and A levels? Did you use your WASI? Did you use BSc transcript and certificate? All this, you need them to add to the application. Then also a copy of your admissions letter is mandatory, and you must show it alongside the attestation letter like I mentioned before. Then like I talked about accommodation is so important. You need to put this into consideration. When it comes to accommodation, some French universities always lay emphasis on university hostels, and I will also advise you that if you want to apply, please apply for what the embassy is looking at, and they do not want hotel bookings because you need accommodation in most cases. If your visa is 1 year, you need it for at least 1 year. So get a real accommodation in France. Always check websites. There are so many sites you can get accommodation from. Then the last one we are going to talk about is the financial part, which is your proof of funds. Who is going to be sponsoring you and what is the amount you need? Well, as of now, the amount you need is above 800 euros. So if you can supply 800, you can supply 830. That's 830 euros per year, per month. Then you multiply by 12 to give you the amount per year. Then that is excellent. But remember, for your bank statement, you can show a bank statement of 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. It depends on you, but the minimum should be 3 months. And also remember that you need to show proof of income. And if you have a guarantorship, or if you are being sponsored, you also bring a document from your guarantor, notarized document. And also remember that when it comes to the bank statement, it should be an account that you've been building from afar. Don't just go and you dumped money in the account and you want to give the visa officer. They will not believe it, and if the account is very new, they may not believe it. So also consider all of these things. You can sponsor yourself, you can have a sponsor, but make sure you supply the proof of income. This is what you need to know about studying in France, especially at Institut Polytechnique de Paris. This school is located in the capital of France, and I wish you all the best. I hope that maybe by September, October this year, many of you will write me and say, Milton, I got my visa. We meet again in another one. But before I even go, remember, most schools in Austria are going to be starting application in July. University of Innsbruck, University of Graz, University of Vienna would all begin applications in July. So put all this into consideration and put your documents together until we meet again in another one. Bye.